So now we're pulling through to the south and just follow the gravel road. Beautiful open meadow. We always see deer and turkey out here. This is the nearest neighbor. Super nice guy and his wife, retired. Beautiful lake view. So we're still at the north side of the peninsula. We've actually got some Corps land on the right there. Those white pickets indicate the Corps of Engineer land. And we're going to keep heading south. So this large gray metal building, it's a really good landmark because that's where we come to the Y in the road. So we've just passed the building, pile of gravel, but that won't be there forever. But we come to the Y in the road, and now we're going to go left at the Y in the road. If we were to go right, we would continue all the way down. It goes all the way down to the south side of the peninsula, where that really cool sandy beach area is. So I mean, that's awesome. There are some rough sections in the road, so if you're not in a truck or an SUV, you probably don't want to head down that way. For the most part, it's good, but there is one rocky area where you kind of have to go up some rocks. But anyway, we go to the left. It's just the wildlife out here is amazing. It's like I don't know, a private zoo. This whole peninsula, it seems like there are some herds of deer and turkeys and whatnot that just stay out here, because almost every single morning we see 10 or 15 or 20 deer in that field. We've been seeing turkey all the time. Now we've come to another Y in the road, and this time we're going to head to the right. If you go left, it just goes to a small field and stops right away. We're going to veer to the right. Really, you do want to have that MapRight link, if at all possible. Download the MapRight app to your smartphone or your tablet, and then we'll send you the link to the active MapRight map. And then if you open your email on your phone, it'll say, do you want to open this, because we'll email you the link. If you open that email, it will say, do you want to open this link within the MapRight program? And you'll say yes. And then the actual interactive map from the listing will open up, and there'll be a little blue dot that indicates where you are. So it's by far the best way to look at these tracts, because this can certainly be confusing. I've been out here many times and I'm still confused by the road system. Obviously these are fairly primitive roads or trails. That is by design. These will never be large paved roads. This is really more for truck and SUV lifestyle. Okay, so we are getting really close now. We're coming into this field area. So that's track 9, the first part of the field, but then the larger part of the field is going to be track 10. I'm going to zoom in on my little MapRight map. Okay, great. So there we go, track 10 on the left. Beautiful, beautiful property. The sun is actually starting to go down. I've been playing out here all day. So still the property's on the left, on the east side of the road. Got this large meadow area. And there's a sign in the tree there indicating that we are indeed at tract 10. And I'm going to see if I can open up the topo map, because I want to see how this land is situated. I'm thinking we'll get out and have a good look at this property. Oh, this is completely flat up here by the road, and it stays level. And then as you go east and start to get closer to the lake, it gradually slopes down. So let's go check that out. Beautiful secluded meadow, just awesome. What a prime spot to park your RV for a couple weeks and camp. It is the middle of winter here in the Ozarks, so we don't have any leaves on the trees. But it is about 60 degrees out, and that's a little warmer than normal. But I mean, we have really mild winters here. Look at that huge oak. I think that's an oak, I'm not sure. Either way, it's about 25 inches across. Oh, we've got some great timber over here. Wow. Nice big hardwoods. A few cedar trees mixed in as well. That's interesting. So as we walk back toward the east here, I mean, we're a couple 100 feet off the road now. And this is still level. This is still open. What I mean by open, I guess, is that the timber is big enough that there's not a bunch of little brush in here. You'll see that on properties that have been logged. The first 10 or 20 years, they'll be very, very brushy with the tiny little trees that are all competing with one another. And then when you find a property with mature timber like this one, it's just a night and day difference because the mature timber in the summer, the leaves kind of overtake that area so that the smaller trees don't grow when you have mature timber. Look at this monster. Oh my gosh. 10, 20. That's over 30 inches diameter. That is a big, big oak tree. Holy cow. So this is the part of the video where I mentioned that once the property's been paid for in full, you can harvest the timber, you can sell it, you can leave it just as it is, but you can't cut it until the property's been paid for in full. Now, prior to that, if you need to create a driveway or a building site that requires the removal of some timber, we can check that out and give you written permission. We do that all the time. That's a big cedar tree, actually. So I won't walk all the way to the east, but feel free to come out here and check it out if you want to. I mean, you can spend the night out here if you like. Bring a camper or sleep in your truck or your car. Better off having a truck or an SUV out here, just because these are kind of primitive roads, I guess, and they'll always be that way. That's how they were designed. Look at all that big timber, too. This is gorgeous. So everything I can see is flat. I know looking at the topo, eventually it does start to slope down as you get closer to Bull Shoals Lake. We'll do a drone video as well, and you can check that out on the listing. But definitely check us out at InstantAcres.com. If this property is still available, you will see it on the website. Stunning tract. So unusual to find a property that has direct frontage on the Corps of Engineers line at the lake. So not only do you have access to the lake, you actually have access to hundreds of acres of additional hunting land because that Corps of Engineer land is open for public hunting. So a similar situation to a property that borders National Forest, which everybody wants, all the hunters, and they're very hard to find. Similar situation, but as an added bonus, along with the additional hunting land, you have lakefront access. So I mean, you can catch bass, you can catch catfish right from the shoreline in that Corps of Engineer land. So pretty awesome. Great place to vacation with your kids or possibly build a cabin or even a home. Electric is probably about half a mile to the north. There are easements in place along the roads for electric, so that would be available if you need it. but it is not at the property currently. We have good cell service out here. I've got Verizon, and I've got pretty good service. The guys have, I think, what is it? Cellular One? Is that a company? US Cellular. They have US Cellular, and they've got good service as well. So, sales at InstantAcres.com if you have any questions, or you can call us, of course, in the office. Meanwhile, we are InstantAcres.com, and we would love to work with you.